And having said that, let's go to the last segment of this beautiful chat. Let us know basically of your products.
Yes.
Do a short, synopsis, and
Okay.
of the latest one about the feet and the propulsors, which are
Yes.
fascinating to me.
Yes. Okay, so the Bosu Balance Trainer is something that has a tremendous amount of utility. And some years ago, we really figured out how to use it as a strength training tool. And so fundamentally what it is it's elastic. So elastic has a rate of force that is greater than a non-elastic. So picture a slingshot, how it can defeat gravity much more. And if you direct a slingshot down, well, 100 pounds of force on the sling versus 100 pounds of force mass, the slingshot gets there faster. So there's an excitation of the nervous system at any given force. It's happening faster. It's almost like a current. And so you're stimulating the nervous system to deliver that 100 pounds faster, that excitation will give you the capacity to manipulate and move more mass because you can send the signal faster. Okay, so, and the Bosu ball being a dome, we can strategically position your feet to get these different force vectors that go to the center line and through the legs, through the feet, where you're basically teaching the adductor muscle group, which is really the only muscle group that can both flex and extend at the hip. So the adductors, the group entirely will flex and extend. So by pressing in with flexed extension, you're harnessing both. And this excitation of being capable of flexing and extending the hips more powerfully, which is, that's a tremendous engine to build on. And then pressing, so if you're doing a push-up, as it were, you can press in, you're going to the center line. So it's that martial science again. You're not just pushing up linear, it's to the center. And the excitation of it, again, is faster. So that's become a staple element of the Bosu training. Now, the RMT Club is basically, the club is one of the oldest tools/weapons in our history. And so the manipulation of which is just good for the body. And with the RMT Club, there's a shifting weight inside of a relatively soft head that allows us to go extremely fast and change direction, where we have a moment where there's no load followed by a plyometric load, that if I'm swinging as fast as I can and I put on the brakes, boom, in a long position that's integrated, well, now a fraction of a second later, boom, it gets a hit, and that's that jolt, and the fascia learns how to set up and recoil so that you're able to develop this connective tissue recoil. And the audible feedback of this shifting weight also teaches us how to be fluid. We can make it silent. We can strategically chamber it. So it's where we're getting that down-up change, right? So we can use it in many different ways. That it's just, in some ways, it's probably the most useful club on the planet for educating your body to have this fluidity and power. The propulsors are just paradigm shifting. Make it your intent to go down, 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 and create this recoil back up to run like Deion Sanders and to move like Randy Moss and these incredible athletes that are so incredible because they innately and naturally harness the connective tissue recoil rather than trying to push with the muscles. So they're just more powerful. They're on the ground less time, which is actually gentler on your body because you're using tendons and fascia that is fundamentally stronger than muscle. So, and then the muscle becomes this fluid medium about which force can flow globally with these pressure waves, as opposed to sort of this which creates more waste and leads to more strain. And you still train this so that it's more set up to be a fluid transmitter, but it's the propulsors literally, they teach and train you to operate your body like the greatest athletes in the world who found it naturally, got the positive feedback, and kept on doing it. And then the soul steps the soul steps are basically what I'll call the perfect pitch, sort of the combination of angles to create a slope that supports and uplifts human souls. So it's a complex angle. It's a combination of two specific angles that basically creates an X in terms of the weight shift in your body. So just standing still, what happens is from the big toe to the outside heel, the force direction is going backward as if to cock the spring into this dorsiflexion and prevent collapse to the inside. But from the inside heel to the outside ball of the foot, the force is going that way. So it's directing you to be here to load the outside ball of the foot, which through the fourth and fifth metatarsals connect to the heel bone. And the heel bone is being sprung by this, inside. And you get this distribution of force through the outside ball of the foot and inside ball of the foot with complete integrity. And it's not a crutch, it's an education. So your body learns to subtly shift its weight with just the right timing and just the right positioning to capture the power and integrity, skeletal integrity of the strong outside and transition it to the long inside in a manner that doesn't collapse the inside. And we're talking about millimeters that matter tremendously. And it mirrors sort of a sweet spot on the dome of the Bosu ball that got my brain thinking about this complexity. And then it was a very esoteric sort of like roundabout way that I invented the soul steps, where I took the fourth and fifth divisions of a circle and I combined those angles to create this thing. We stood on it. We said, oh my gosh, this is it. So it's like I've gone out into the outer reaches of the universe, lost my mind, psychotic episodes 4 times. So I would say there's a divine inspiration that is coupled with sort of like, a dance with the devil, as it were, to yield certain insight at great personal expense. So my knowledge, I have unique insights that are novel and useful for people.